amazing ladies. From KQ, we have Miss Grace Vihenda. And of course, from Ecotourism Kenya, we have Mary Kimeu. And just before we went on break, I question and really wanted to know on with a focus on partnerships, policies, and consumer engagement. I'd really like to know what role do airlines play in supporting eco-friendly tourism through innovation, and how are they integrating it into the business models?
Okay, that's a good question. So basically, when you're an eco-conscious traveler, you have to think about your mode of transport and how you're arriving, where you're arriving, and which travel partner you're selecting, and how do they now, in this case, an airline, how are we also responsible in line with the values that you have as an eco-conscious traveler? So, for example, you probably would be concerned about how we manage our waste as Kenya Airways, because it is when we were transporting you, there's waste that was generated, whether it was plastic or whether it was a film of paper or what we use for maintenance in the aircraft. You know, so you would be interested to know how, for example, we manage our waste. So in our case, when it comes to waste management, we actually started an upcycling studio that actually has very cool stuff that you can purchase from there, that's made, for example, from old wine bottles. Instead of throwing them away, giving them a second life and actually giving you a piece of the aircraft. Yeah, we have artifacts that actually
nice.
I like that. Yeah, you carry a little piece of
Na ni
Dreamliner
expensive.
with you.
Absolutely.
Nataka kuchukua propeller nipeleke grandma. No, I'm
Yes,
kidding. This is a
we
light
can
note.
actually make an arrangement for you to have furniture made out of that propeller,
Oh,
for example.
nice.
Yeah, so there's things like that we do. And then also you'd want to know how we take care of the environment. We are all concerned about climate change. And one of the things that we do as KQ is planting trees. By the way, we have a forest, 1 million strong forest in Ngong.
Wow.
It's now 10 years old. It's a beautiful forest.
That's
now.
amazing, because we have a target of 1 billion trees by
Yes, we started 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Now we have a proper
They're actually serious with
forest.
the best time to plant a tree is yesterday.
Is yesterday, yes.
Exactly.
They really started on that.
Yes, so we're continuing to build on that and actually want to plant more of KQ forests. And then there's actually something beautiful we discovered this year from that forest. Obviously, there's a community that lives around there. And we're asking ourselves, how can we make this forest actually give them some sort of income? So we give them beehives. And we had a partnership with the guy who gave us the beehives, that they will come and collect the honey from the community. And also, to tie into that, there's something called sustainable aviation fuel. It's a big thing in the aviation industry because it really helps to reduce carbon emissions by like 80%.
That is huge.
That
Because
is
usually
huge.
it's just like, okay, no,
And
you don't have to fly.
expensive. Hold on.
Oh,
And
okay.
expensive. You started off with expensive.
Yeah.
80%, my mind was
yeah.
blown. I forgot about the cost factors. Yes, but tell us more.
Yeah, so it's currently the what's available, easily available right now is it's a biofuel that comes either from plant extracts or waste, like used cooking oil, or even municipal waste. So it goes through a chemical process and becomes a liquid that is consistent to Jet A1.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's called BioSAF.
Wow.
Yes.
So if we can, I think with time, if we can move to this and away from like traditional jet fuel, then, you know, the carbon emissions of planes would be, what, 80% less? That's huge.
Absolutely.
That is huge.
And expensive.
Okay.
When you say expensive,
Yeah.
it's just you're just trying to say that it's Kenyan.
Yeah.
Because basically, high cost of living has been something that has punched us in the gut.
Very
Yeah.
true.
And actually, there's something we're doing about that expensive part of it.
yes.
Part of why it's expensive is because right now, if you want it, you have to import it. But guess where the feedstocks or the raw materials come from?
Right here.
From Kenya
Oh,
and
nice.
Africa.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we've been lobbying a lot actually to have local production of this fuel.
Mhm.
And we actually are working with a startup right now that has the capability to do it. So once they have the certifications going, we are home and dry.
Oh man, I'm really looking forward to that. So you're not told where we don't fly because the environment. But let me ask you, Wiskibo, the fact that we are trying to be more conscious, you know, with everything we do, especially even now with our tourism, and like you said, you know, you do a lot of capacity building work. How do you make sure that that now translates qua ground, like you reach, you know, everybody, so that your change is happening from like the ground all the way up as far as ecotourism is concerned?
Right. So we have voluntary certifications, one for accommodation facilities and one for tour operators. For accommodation facilities, it is Kenyan owned and it is called Eco Rating Certification.
Okay.
So this is a set of standards that aligns to Global Tourism Sustainable Council. So it is internationally recognized and it helps to onboard lodges, camps and hotels to now integrate now the 3 tenets of sustainability holistically in a structured way, with the assistance now with our auditors into their programs.
What are these 3 tenets?
She mentioned them.
Yes.
The 3 Ps: people, planet, and prosperity.
People, planet, prosperity.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting back in the music with Megan Thee Stallion.